Hey, all you guys. So what we're doing today is another cheap toy review, and this review is going to be more than meets the eye. That's right, we're doing the Transformers. And why would the Transformers be a cheap toy review? Well, the thing is that Transformers come in all ranges of cheap toy and very high-end expensive toy. But these, in my opinion, probably shouldn't be. I just happened to get them on clearance at a pharmacy, no less, which I personally thought was weird that this pharmacy would have like name brand, on brand Transformers, and I think they normally MSRP for like $25. I got them for like $17, so I'm gonna call them cheap toy review. But I thought we would do a little unboxing. They had two of them. I got an Autobot and a Decepticon. And these are, if they weren't cheap, I might not unbox, because these are really nice. I mean, you look at that box art right there. It's just really nice. Obviously, there's no clear plastic display, so I have no idea how big these are. You do get a picture of what they look like in both forms, which is simplistic, yes, but they look pretty high quality. So we're going to start with Sideswipe here, and we're going to check it out. Okay, so maybe I was right the first time. This might be a cheap toy review, because he's kind of, just looking at him in the box, he's a little dinky looking. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I mean, there's pretty good layers to it. The scaling seems odd. Let's get him out of here. Alright, so here we go. Here he is, Sideswipe. Honestly, not bad. It's a weird amalgamation. It's almost like they took a cheap toy design, like an off-brand Transformer, and they said, let's use this design, but let's make it nice. And that's what they did. I mean, there's no excessive bleeding where the colors touch each other. The spray-on colors are pretty good. There's like a little chip right here in the white. The articulation isn't bad. I mean, you've got shoulder articulation this way, elbow articulation, hands don't articulate. You've got knee articulation, feet basically articulate, and everything feels nice and stiff. Like, if you put him somewhere, he's gonna stay there. The legs go out side to side like this. And I thought it was gonna be, like, looking at the cover art, I thought his chest was gonna stick out a little bit farther, because of course normally the chest would go all the way down to make a more broad profile. That's why you see like Cliff Jumper and stuff like that. This doesn't look bad. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't see. Oh, there you go. It's got on the box instructions. It doesn't come with a little booklet. And if you've ever heard me talk about Transformers before, I like the little booklet. Of course, I was a nerd about getting good at transforming them when I was a kid. So that booklet was something, to get good at also. But these are, I'm impressed. It's bigger than I thought they were going to be tiny or something. It's bigger than I thought. They feel better than I thought. So let's transform it and see what it looks like. Okay, I gotta say, I'm honestly impressed. The robot scaling is good, and then the car scaling is really good, which it seems like with a lot of Transformers, you're trading one for the other. Like with your old school stuff, like when you looked at the original Megatron, he looked really good as a pistol, but then when you transformed the original style, he looked clunky and nothing like the cartoon. So finding that balancing act has always been a weird dance for Transformers designers and manufacturers. This feels good. It's very simple, and then it snaps together. Like, you can see, it's tight. I don't feel, the legs aren't just going to start popping out like you see with some of them. The wheels, even though they're not like, they don't have bearings or anything, they roll really nice. It is not obvious because you turn his head around, so he's not obviously a robot. When you look at the underneath, you can suspend your imagination and be like, oh, that's clearly a car. Even the instructions, being as careful as they want, only have 8 instructions, which is great. To have something that transforms this well, that simply is fun. It's got the logo up front, which is all you need. Blacked out. I like it. This was, in my opinion, for what it is, the size of it, this would be like a good, maybe not like Baby's first Transformer, but like Baby's second Transformer. This would be a good one. And the series that this is Generations, I guess. If you can find them. Like I said, really good for, alright, Baby can do the one push and it transforms on its own. This is something that's got a couple steps and they can learn and really figure out the finesse of getting the panels to slide into each other and to snap close, and then it's stiff. And you can really play with it. It rolls nice. It feels good in my hand. I like it. I like this one. This one was definitely a win. The next one that I want to show you guys, is kind of like, in my collection I have a really cheesy, cheap Starscream, but I had an original Starscream when I was a little kid, and I always wanted to try to find one again, and I bought one based off of box art, and I was disappointed. It's a really cheap one, but it's one of those, you want that bad guy. Now, my favorite Decepticon's always been Soundwave, but of course the only other Decepticon on his level is Shockwave. So I've always wanted a Shockwave, and of the 2 Transformers that were at this pharmacy, the other one was Shockwave. You can see he doesn't turn into like a giant cannon or something. I guess they won't let him turn into guns anymore, which that's something I'm noticing too, is other than his little arm pistol, which is trademarked, for Shockwave, they don't have any handheld guns. Again, that's actually really good for Baby's second Transformer because there's nothing to lose. So that's pretty solid. Let's get into this one and see what it looks like. Yeah, just more of the, I mean, it looks like a good size. The paint looks good. Let's get him out of here. Let's free him from his cage. Alright, there he is. He's free. Honestly, I like these so much. They feel so good. Like, I'll probably keep these out to pose with and to play with and use in skits and stuff. I will not be blowing them up with fireworks like I do the Transmutes off-brand knockoff Transformers. I'm blowing those guys up. These guys, however, would make great because they're posable enough. You can make them do all kinds of expressions and movements and stuff like that. Yeah, so you'll probably get to see more of these guys later. His little hand does look like it holds something. Maybe one of those plastic swords or something will translate over. I'm not always a fan of hollow legs, but I get it. Like I'm going to look at this and assume that it probably folds into something somewhere, somehow. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It looks great from the front. You can sell me on the hollow legs. Yeah, I'm really happy. Like, easily, dollar for dollar, these were worth the 17 or 18 bucks with tax or whatever that I paid for them. These are fantastic. I'm really happy with these. So, and I'm glad that I got a duo. Like, I got a good guy and a bad guy. So before, the last thing we're going to do, we're transform this guy and see what the kind of space shuttle-y thing is that it turns into. Here we go. So that's it. Right there. Not bad. This little cockpit area kind of rocks. It doesn't seem like it wants to stiffly lock into place, but everything else does. The legs lock into place really nice, even to the point where these little trim tabs, like male into the female part of the pelvis area in the bot. The elbows are a little weak. They don't really want to stay in place, which is fine. The only thing that's not in the instructions that I kind of figured out on my own is there's a front skiff right here as a landing gear, which makes it sit level. when you set it down to display it, or play as if it's landed or something. This one is a little less. I could see this being frustrating for a younger tyke playing with it, because as you rock it around, that's going to go up. You see that, like it takes his head, when you get it out of the way, it doesn't really lock into place very well. It takes like no effort to get it to come back up. There's no snap to, like some parts have a good sharp snap to, like even the front really snaps together nice and tight. But this back part, unless I'm missing something, it just kind of, it feels like there's a little cam in there and it catches, and that's what keeps it from fully coming back on its own, but it's not doing a whole lot. And then these back parts that are supposed to be thrusters, which were Shockwave's arms, you see that's just, there's no lock in place. You just kind of put them there, and that's where they stay, which isn't terrible. All in all, I'm happy with it. It looks cool. Again, it's a good size. If you put this in the hands of, a 7 or 8 year old, it's going to feel even more gigantic. And for its size, usually when you get bigger bots like this, they skimp on the detail because they're like, whatever, it's gigantic, who cares? And they really didn't. They put it where it counts. You got one sticker, a Decepticon sticker, that's all you need. The molding's pretty good. You got some two-tone colors going on with the purple, a little bit of silver in there. I feel like they put it where it counts, and I like it. So, if you can find these things and you got a Transformer fan in your life that wants real Transformers, go for it. These are great. Sideswipe and Shockwave. I don't know what else comes in the series, because I didn't super heavy research into that. Just because I found these two and I just kind of lucked upon them, as you do. But yeah, if you find them, go for it. These are great. Dollar for dollar, these were fantastic. I think anything under $25, if you're going to eBay or something like that, it's a good deal. And like I said, you can't see them. A lot of the pictures I did find when I looked them up, they didn't show them in an adult's hand to show scale. So, I don't know if you can tell from my little baby hands that these are actually a pretty good size, but they're pretty good size. They feel tough. Not invincible, like you could break them. This feels tougher than this one, because this one has a lot more hinge work to it, like I said, where if it was dropped or kicked or bent the wrong way, like it would definitely let go. The Sideswipe feels a lot tougher, like it could really take some punishment into something before it was considered a lump of trash plastic. But all in all, I'm happy with them. They're going to have a warm and welcome spot in my collection. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. If you like the content, let me know, for the love of God. Shoot me a like. If there's anything that I missed, any details, or you know anything about these that maybe I didn't mention, a deeper fact, please leave a comment. Share it with your friends. And as always, if your addiction to content has an attention deficit equivalent to my addiction to making it, please subscribe, and you never know what you're going to get. So subscribe, like, comment, all those good things, and we'll see you on the next one. So bye now.